the exactly the problem we are trying to unpack today around product marketing specifically today is that basically one of my friend's colleagues, she's been working at a SaaS company for the last 3 years as a product marketer. Okay, but essentially she was looking for a switch, so she applied to this another company. She basically cleared all the rounds, cleared the assignment, and she had a interview with the CEO. Now the CEO sat down and grilled her for 45 minutes, okay, about what her current role was at the current company that she's looking to leave. And at the end of it, he disqualified her on the interview because he said that what marketing you are doing is not product marketing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's essentially one of the things I do want to unpack with you today, Akash. That I mean, I have about 10 years of marketing experience. And when I've seen it all, like, I mean, when I joined, it was digital marketing was a new thing. Then essentially it became about growth hacking and becoming growth marketers. Then essentially it became, these terms started flying around called flywheel marketing. It became about performance marketing. And, at least in India in the last couple of years, it's become more specific about strategic marketing, product management. So, and these continue to be very vaguely defined in the market. So, first off, let's jump in and why don't you tell me what is product marketing? Can you give me an exact definition? And essentially, what are the functions you perform as a product marketer?
I don't think it's wrong to say that it still remains vague across the world. The definition of product marketing and product management. I mean, maybe not the definition, but what a product marketer does or a product manager does in different companies across the world can be very different. Okay. So perhaps, I don't know, I think maybe the CEO of your, the interviewer for your friend, maybe he had a very specific definition in mind of what he wanted that role to be. And that's possibly why that conversation went the way it did.
Okay.
But in my opinion, right, there are two ways of classifying or defining a product marketer. One is the textbook definition, which you'd probably find in any blog that you come across online, which is something along the lines of where we act as this bridge between product and engineering and sales and the customer. Being in the tech industry, but on the hardware side of things, I also have an additional layer that I have to deal with, which is in the form of supply chain, procurement, that sort of thing, because we're actually dealing with tangible products that you can touch and use.
Correct.
Right. But the more, I guess, fluid definition for product marketing would probably be along the lines of whatever you need to do from a marketing standpoint in order to make your product succeed. That is what a product marketer does. Think about this from a functional standpoint and a business standpoint. When you're, let's say, starting out your not just the role, but like a business as a whole. Right?
Got it.
Why have so many different roles emerged? Why is there an operations role? Why are there roles in marketing? Why is there roles in engineering? It's because one person can't do everything. And so there was a need to specialize and have specialty experience and knowledge in one part of the business, while someone else then tackles the other part of the business. And so the product marketer, product management role sort of potentially emerged as one role when it started being defined maybe, I don't know, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, give or take, but sometime in this century, 21st century. And then as the businesses scaled, as the responsibilities of a product manager evolved and increased, the number of products in the company increased, the number of product lines increased. It wasn't just possible for one person to be doing all of that. And so then there was a need to kind of split that even further and make it a product marketer and a product manager, with the product marketer handling, the go-to-market side of things, the marketing side of things.
I get that, basically, that whenever there is a new role, that is a definition of evolution of a role, where basically people start understanding the actual different functions when a new sort of function in a company is introduced. And then, you start unpacking that. And that is definitely the sort of, as you realize that, you require different resources for more specific silos within a particular, say, a domain of a role.